Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala man wala. Today we have a very special guest for Social Hour. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Dr. Jamal Omar. Nice to meet you all.
So today, inshallah, what we're going to be doing is the Social Hour. So what we're going to do is we're live here on Periscope. For the first time, Huda TV will be live on Periscope. So I'll just say hi to our Periscope fans. And we're going to be reading comments that come up on Periscope.
Okay.
And at the same time, we're going to be answering questions. Do you have any comments on your Facebook that you want to take advantage of right now? Because it's going to take some time to get some viewers here.
See if they added some comments.
While you're opening it, I just want to also ask you another question. So what was the weirdest comment you've ever gotten or weirdest message you've ever received from anyone?
Weirdest message. Wow. Weirdest message. Okay. I had somebody that asked me a question that said, yeah, Sheikh, is marijuana halal?
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so how do you respond to something like that?
So I could picture this young Muslim
Okay.
shaking his head saying yes, he wanted the fatwa saying that it's halal.
Well, I could give him credit that he went all the way to Facebook and went all the way to your page to ask you the question. So kudos to you, whoever asked that question. So we still have 0 viewers, but that's Periscope to you guys.
Yeah.
Periscope takes a lot of time. To introduce the viewers to Periscope, basically what Periscope is that for young people who want to connect and want to see people from like the other end of the world, you click any place in the world, there's a map, and you click any place, and you could see live video feeds. Wow. So you could either be the person who's giving the live video feed, or you could be the one who's watching. And when you watch, basically what you do is you write comments, you talk. A lot of times, like I was mentioning, the comments are very inappropriate.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely take care of those comments. You can block them. But otherwise, this is a really great app. And this app basically would help you to do da'wah. It helps you to do the natural da'wah. So you could just show yourself eating a sandwich at home, or just socializing with friends, and then you spark interest. And then they're like, oh wait, you're Muslim, it's Ramadan, okay, what's that? And I think it's really an ideal app.
MashaAllah.
To learn more about...
So they can download that from the Play Store then, or?
Yeah, so if you guys want to download Periscope, and they should give Huda TV like some money, because we're literally commercializing right now for them.
There you go.
But you have Periscope, you have, now, of course, as a person who's a student of knowledge who's studying Islam, I do strongly recommend, discretion is advised, that there are a lot of crazy people on Periscope, a lot of inappropriate stuff. So basically the best thing you can do on Periscope is that you could socialize with people, find people who are nice. There are a lot of people who might hate Islam, hate Muslims. It's okay, just be nice to them, talk back to them kindly, try to figure out what incites them, what incites their violence, what makes them angry, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, very good. So basically it's a communication app, or?
Yeah, you could say it's a social media app, it's a communication app. It's pretty much like Google Hangouts or Skype, except there's only one way of news video feed.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it.
And so like organizations like Huda TV, they can go ahead and go on there and put a video feed, and then you can comment and go
Definitely.
back and forth.
So yeah, for you the viewers at home, Assalamu alaikum. You joining us?
No, I'm just turning on his mic.
Okay.
We don't need microphones here.
No, we don't. We can shout.
Just flip this around a bit, maybe. Yeah, good.
We're good?
I think so, yeah.
All right, perfect.
Jazakallah.
All right, so basically, yeah, if you are on Huda TV right now and you're watching, please come to our Periscope app. We're basically Huda TV. You can search for us. You can search for us in Arabic as well. Huda Net TV, that's another one. Al-Fada'iyya, if you're there. And so basically, this video is going to stay on Huda TV. We'll leave it here, and that's pretty much it.
Very good.
So do you have any funny comments you want to share?
On my Facebook page?
Yeah. Because I can't really go anywhere with Periscope open.
I don't know if I have comments on my Facebook page, other than everybody, since we're here at Hajj, here at Mecca al-Mukarramah, everyone wants us to go to the Kaaba and make dua for them and their family.
Definitely.
So how about we start off with a dua for all of our brothers and sisters out there, especially on Facebook and watching Huda TV. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our Hajj and make it mabrur. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of the Muslims safe and protect them from doom. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us guided on the straight path and connected to His knowledge, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us, save us from the hellfire, and and raise us with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Ameen, ameen. And we also, because in the program before we talked about your projects, we talked about the wonderful project you're doing, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to use Yawm Arafah, to make that dua. That maybe this is the spark that starts the movement.
Inshallah, bi'idhnillah.
That starts a huge thing. So when it comes to comments, how do you deal with haters?
How do I deal with haters? MashaAllah. So, wow. I prefer the simple approach of basically letting them get rid of their anger.
Sure.
One of the things that I found is that underneath anger is actually some legitimate concerns. So if you allow them to go ahead and voice their opinions in that, and then when they're done and finished with it, I usually ask them, are you finished? Have you said everything you need to say? And then what I do is I counteract it with basically the same sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He never insulted him. He always took his time, and he always looked at him and,
exactly.
took his time and used hikmah when dealing with people,
definitely,
especially that are angry and upset.
Perfect. I totally agree with that. That's very brilliant. Another question that comes up, and this is more of a question that deals with morals and your own personal opinion, and because we're free to have the difference of opinion on this aspect. A lot of people I've noticed on Facebook, I'm pretty active on Facebook, they tend to delete comments that they don't like. I'm strongly anti-censorship. Like, even if someone curses me out, I'm going to leave it there, just for the sake of learning. It's a learning experience for them and for myself. So do you agree with deleting? Or?
Well, it's not like you're going to delete it forever. I mean, and there's a record of it that is on there. So
that's true.
When someone this is one thing that our brothers and sisters need to understand at home, that once you put something on social media, whether you delete it or not, it's there.
Wow.
So there's a record of it there, so you might want to think twice before you start posting stuff on things.
That's for me, guys. That's for me.
So, inshallah.
We all make mistakes, so that's good. Okay, so we touch base on haters. Here on Social Hour, what we're going to basically be doing more often, because this is our first episode, it's our premiere, so
there you go.
It's not the best, but inshallah we're going to work every day to make it better. And basically what we're going to try to do is get people involved and have you guys interact with us live. So while we're standing here, you're going to be sending us your comments, your hate comments, your love comments, all of them. We welcome everything. And we're going to be responding. So we want to be more interactive with the audience. And I think it's really rare to have a TV show that actually takes in comments from Periscope. I do know a lot that they use, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but Periscope is a very special audience. They're young people. They're usually teenagers, and they're sometimes younger even, sometimes older. And they basically, what they want is that they want to travel to a different place without actually traveling.
There you go.
You don't need that much money for this, right? So it's just completely free. You open Periscope. I often go to Russia just for fun. Hear a bunch of Russian.
Take a vacation to Russia on the weekend?
Exactly. So we have one person who joined us and then left and disappeared.
MashaAllah.
But that's Paraguay.
Yeah. So I'm sure as this goes along, more people will join and interact in the community and ask questions and.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
There are some religious people who use it, but for the most part, right now, what I've been assessing about Periscope is most of the people are just young people who don't know that much about Islam or don't know much about religion, and they're just trying to have an outlet to express themselves and to learn from others. So this is why I actually think it's really ideal for Islam. You have all the agnostic people who are really curious, all of the nice people, for the most part. Who are really interesting. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. We have someone said assalamu alaikum. So it comes up over there, and right now my director told me to keep the camera here so that they're actually using the TV and zooming in our camera. So
MashaAllah. Good.
Hope it's working well. My arm's getting tired, by the way.
You need to get one of those selfie sticks.
Oh, it's funny. There was a video recently of a guy in New York cutting selfie sticks.
Yeah, he was upset. I saw that.
I loved it. I was like, great. That's kudos to you.
I was making tawaf yesterday around the Kaaba,
and
somebody was just going around doing like this whole tawaf around the Kaaba with the selfie stick up in the air.
Wow.
I was like, MashaAllah.
Did you want to? May Allah reward all of you for your efforts in broadcasting this show. Thank you so much, Sarah. Please make sure you invite other people so we get more views, so we could be more interactive. So this is the blessing of Periscope.
MashaAllah.
That you could directly interact. I think Twitter purchased Periscope a while back. And thank you guys. Yeah, just go on Periscope. I will, inshallah. Okay, thank you so much. So, and remember to follow us on Periscope, because this is literally the first time Huda TV is on Periscope Live.
MashaAllah.
So inshallah, we're going to have a really cool program next at around 9 o'clock. I don't have my watch on me. Do you have the time?
8:46.
Okay, so we have another 15 minutes. Our next guest is going to be amazing, I promise. I will stay live on Periscope for you guys to see, so we can garner up some more followers and definitely do something nice. Okay, so we discussed haters. We discussed how do you deal with stalkers?
Stalkers, mashallah. You know, that's an interesting one. You know, sometimes I'll go walking places and say, Dr. Jamal. I'm like, who are you? Oh yeah, I follow you on Facebook.
That was amazing.
I'm like, okay. Yeah, you remember I post liked on your comment page? I'm like,
I can't recall all the hundreds of people who've liked. Exactly.
I'm like, okay, yeah,
That's
mashallah.
hilarious. Wow. So Sarah said she's in the United States right now. What city are you from, Sarah? And thank you for tuning in. And how long have you been watching Huda TV? So yeah, you usually say your comment, you wait a long time because there is still the time thing.
Time delay.
Yeah, we're not in 2030 yet, so maybe 2030 will be quick, inshallah. So yeah, let me just use that arm. So inshallah, we're going to be going to Arafah soon.
Yes.
What are your thoughts about that? Are you excited?
Mashallah, can't wait.
Pumped? It's your first time, right?
Yes, mashallah.
Amazing. This is my second time.
Mashallah.
Clinton, Utah. I'm a revert, alhamdulillah. I've been watching for 2 years. Excellent. So that's amazing. By the way, I'm a huge fan of the channel. Wow, nice.
Good.
Nice, Sarah. It's a pleasure having you. And let's just, I want to show you the guests. If you can tune in on our TV, that's great too, on our channel. This is Dr. Umar.
Jamal Omar.
Jamal Umar.
Yeah.
And we're just hanging out for social time. Okay, we have another fan coming on. So basically what you do is the longer you stay on Periscope, the longer you're going to have fans, the longer you're going to have people who are going to interact with you.
Exactly.
And the more you're going to be exposed to really people of different cultures and different backgrounds. I usually watch on YouTube. Okay, interesting. Well, you can watch, this is basically Huda TV, the Mecca branch.
Yeah.
We're in our Mecca studios right now. We're going to be heading out to Arafah very soon for Hajj, so we're really excited about that. And basically, we're just waiting until the next program. The next program is going to happen in 15 minutes. And
10 minutes now.
10 minutes now. Okay, good. So again, another reminder, you guys need to comment on Facebook, on Instagram. MashaAllah, may Allah accept your Hajj. Ameen. That's what she said.
Ameen.
So we're gonna be reading your comments, and we're gonna prepare them for the next show. Hopefully, I want to do this. I have to get the permission from my directors first, but hopefully we'll be able to look at those comments, make a few jokes, make it a little more comedic, and have fun with that, because the comments often are amazing. The comment section of anything is definitely comedy material. You can ask anybody about that. So over here, I just want to show you guys on Periscope our وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ رِجَالًا. Right here. عَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِنٍ يَأْتِينَ مِنْ كُلِّ فَجٍّ عَمِيقٍ. So the cool thing about Periscope is you can switch the camera. So right now we've switched the camera, and now we're zooming in. We can zoom in, zoom out. وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ رِجَالًا. My personal favorite qari who reads this ayah is Sheikh Abdul Bari al-Thubaiti from Masjid al-Nabawi. Sheikh Abdul Bari al-Thubaiti reads this ayah, and it's just like he reads it the way it was supposed to be recited. It's amazing. And he's a very famous qari. You guys can look him up. وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ. This is an ayah in Surah Al-Hajj, and we hope to see you guys in Hajj maybe next year. Maybe this year. Whoever's doing Hajj this year, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your Hajj. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easier. Hajj is actually difficult. There's a lot of difficulty involved in Hajj, but you have to work hard. You have to do your best and trust in God.
It's kind of a reminder of the Day of Judgment.
Definitely.
When you think about it, that day when everyone will be saying nafsi, 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 myself, myself, myself. Exactly. And we'll be all going along in big giant rows and millions of people. It's amazing because the Hajj is a symbol of that whole event.
Okay. So Atallah asks, describe your feeling when you saw the Kaaba at the first time.
MashaAllah. And the first time I saw the Kaaba, I was like, am I really here? Like it's like something you see out of a movie, and and then just overwhelming joy and peace. It was interesting. Millions of people have done this before, and you get to do the same thing with all your brothers and sisters, and it's an experience of a lifetime. And I make dua that all of my brothers and sisters out there, they get a chance to come here, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from you, from me, from all of us, inshallah.
Okay, so our brother or sister, Black Kitty, says, MashaAllah, thank you for all your hard work. Me and my mom have been watching this live show from day one. Okay, okay. So, thank you so much, Black Kitty. What's your real name, Black Kitty? How does it feel to pray in the Prophet ﷺ's mosque?
MashaAllah. It reminds me of the Battle of Badr when I think about it, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the angels to bring sakina to all of the Sahaba.
أنزل السكينة في
Yes, and they all fell asleep.
Yes.
Because of the sakina. Whenever I go to Masjid al-Nabawi and pray in the Prophet's Masjid, it's just this serenity, this peace. Once you even walk in the city. So it's a beautiful feeling.
My name is Aisha Jamil. Okay, shout out to Aisha Jamil. MashaAllah. Yeah, what's interesting is that me and Dr. Umar are from pretty different backgrounds. We're both American, but still different ethnic backgrounds. But the feeling of entering in Masjid al-Nabawi, he so succinctly mentioned it, was amazing. It's just like that. The feeling is a serenity of peace, and that ayah is perfect. I never really thought of that. It fits perfectly.
Yeah.
That's true. إذ يغشيكم النعاس أمنة منه ينزل عليكم من السماء ماء ليطهركم به. When you had nu'as is like a light sleep. Yeah, you do get that. I do get that. I never noticed.
It's like you're in a trance. You're there,
right?
MashaAllah.
SubhanAllah. Thanks for putting in those words. Yeah, definitely. And Masjid al-Haram for me is azama, it's power, it's izzah, it's honor, it's strength of Islam. And please make dua that my sister Anna takes her shahada, please. I have been giving her da'wah. Thank you for the hearts, guys. For months, and she's close. Okay, good luck.
Very good. We put out a special dua for Anna to go ahead and find the truth in Islam and help her sister give the right words that goes ahead and affects her qaloob, her heart.
Ameen.
And so she accepts Islam willingly and comes just like her sister, inshallah.
I mean, out of her own excitement. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And that's the best you could do, is be the best sister in the world.
No, best gift you could give your sister.
I mean, okay, that's awesome. So also, guys, in Periscope, there's the option of sharing. So you could, if you like a broadcast, you could share the broadcast with all of your friends. It's connected to Twitter too. Jazakallahu khair. May Allah accept everyone's Hajj, and may Allah give Anna hidayah. Okay, Black Kid is talking about Anna. Okay, thanks. Yeah, subhanAllah, this is the beauty of the ummah, that we're all connected. We're all in this together.
MashaAllah. We all wish for our brothers and sisters what we wish for ourselves.
Exactly,
inshallah.
exactly. And Ameen, Ya Rab. And what's amazing is Hajj kind of highlights that. It accentuates the amazing feeling of we're all in this together. A few funny Hajj stories is that, my mom always tells me the stories because she does Hajj a lot, mashallah, often. With my dad. So the thing is that, it's just like we communicate with sign languages.
Yeah.
I mean, with fake sign languages that don't even exist. They're not accepted by anybody in the world. But you make up your own languages. You make up your own language to communicate with others, and you make amazing friendships with people you'd probably never be able to meet. My son is 4 years old. He just said Assalamu alaikum. He loves to watch you all too.
MashaAllah.
Oh, that's so cute, mashallah. 4-year-old. I have a 4-year-old nephew.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. He loves Legos. Does your 4-year-old love Legos? Drives me crazy.
My favorite is 4-year-olds, whether they're boys or girls.
Yeah.
And when the father goes to pray, or the mother goes to pray, and they'll come up and they'll line up right next to them.
Oh, yes, that's beautiful.
That's my favorite one.
That's
you don't even have to tell them. They do it themselves.
That's true. And they do dance around a lot.
MashaAllah.
But we'll work on that, definitely. There's fun, yeah. And with my nephew and niece, what I was doing when I was in New York on Long Island recently, I actually bribed them with chocolate. I don't know if it's good or not.
He loves Legos.
It drives me crazy, though. I step on them often. Oh, my God, I know that feeling. Oh, my God.
Just remember, Bismillah. Every time you step on one, Bismillah.
You get edged for that. But, oh, man, it drives me crazy. I think Legos are less, the second worst thing after mosquitoes. We were discussing mosquitoes here, actually, surprisingly. Someone was saying, what's the purpose of mosquitoes being created? SubhanAllah. And actually, I got a beautiful answer from my own niece. She's like 7 years old. I told her, you know what? I want to get rid of all the mosquitoes. I was just really angry. So you say SubhanAllah better than bad words. LOL. Yes, I say SubhanAllah. Okay, but that's true. That's true. So I was like, I hate mosquitoes. We should just eradicate them. And I was talking about an article that I read in which they were saying it is a possibility to fight against mosquitoes. But then she said something which is amazing. She said it would destroy our ecological system.
Without a doubt.
No, but it's amazing. A 7-year-old said that.
Yes.
SubhanAllah. It's just amazing, SubhanAllah.
Yes.
And it is true. Actually, there was research done on that we spend a lot of our money was wasted on fighting against diseases spread by mosquitoes.
You know an interesting aspect on that.
Sure.
Okay. So a bee makes a waste product called honey.
That's true.
Human beings make a waste product called carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Trees eat it, and then trees make a waste product called oxygen.
Sure.
We eat it.
Sure.
Everything in this world, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can take waste product and turn it in nourishment for living things.
That's true, that's true. I'm sorry, I thought you were going to connect it to mosquitoes. That's why I said blood.
If you want me to connect it to mosquitoes?
Yes, please.
Every time I get bit by a mosquito, I say Bismillah.
Okay, good.
Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just provided him with halal food.
That's true. Okay, does Zamzam water taste different from regular water?
I believe so.
I believe so too. There's a special taste. Mosquitoes were used as example by Allah, correct. So the ayah in the Quran says, in Surah Al-Baqarah, بَعُوضَةً فَمَا فَوْقَهَا. It's mentioning about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives an example of even a mosquito.
Yeah.
To show that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives examples of whatever He wishes.
Right.
And those examples, researchers find what I don't mean like those people connected to science and miracles. That's great, mashallah, that's great stuff. But I mean like researchers who study the linguistic connection.
Zamzam tastes great. It does.
Of course.
And even some of the Sahaba, they used to drink Zamzam water to gain weight.
Wow. Yes, I read about
Interesting.
This. That's definitely true. I wonder if my doctor will be okay if I change the camera. He's going to be angry. Okay.
From left to right.
Exactly. So, okay, that's definitely, we have 2 new followers on Periscope.
MashaAllah.
Didn't know that, mashallah.
We're gaining people.
We are. We have 4 live viewers right now. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anger, you want to vent out, you're angry at your cousin-in-law's dead rat's part owner, right? You just make sure you write that here and express yourself, because alhamdulillah, that's what Periscope, that's what social media is all about. You express yourself, you learn new things, you learn from others, you learn from your own mistakes.
No.
So I can give examples when Zamzam water is for what we drink it for. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Zamzam water is definitely for what we definitely drink Zamzam, definitely, man. Zamzam all the way. People in Mecca, by the way, I live in Mecca. I wish I could have Zamzam water every day. Yeah, Sarah, I actually do have Zamzam water every day, and our brother, I'm sure he has it once a week? Every day?
Yeah.
Oh, you buy the bottles and take it? Okay.
Yeah, they have it there.
Okay, cool.
Most of Saudi Arabia, they have it in every city. MashaAllah.
Water in Utah tastes like pennies.
That would be all the copper and iron in the water.
Definitely. Water on Long Island is pretty good, though. People from New Jersey come to Long Island and take our water.
I wouldn't recommend drinking any tap water in anywhere.
Icelandic tap water?
Maybe Iceland.
Bliss.
After Zamzam,
after Zamzam, my favorite water is Icelandic tap water.
It's a pretty penny if you buy it too.
Glacial
water.
Yeah, glacial. That's the one with the mountains.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. Can you tell us more about himself? Yeah. Okay. So tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Okay. My name is Dr. Jamal Omar. I'm living in Riyadh right now. I lived in the south in Mahayal, Abha in Saudi Arabia. Been here for about 2 years straight. Let's see, my educational background, I have a bachelor's in applied linguistics, master's in curriculum and instruction, and a PhD in educational leadership and administration.
MashaAllah.
I enjoy working here in Memlaka in Saudi Arabia, and it's a great place to be, inshallah.
MashaAllah. So do you have any hobbies that you do here? Because a lot of people back home, I mean, usually when I do Periscope from Saudi Arabia, a lot of people ask, oh, you live in Saudi Arabia? Life must be terrible there. And, they have a lot of these misconceptions in their minds. They think that, because they're not exposed to it. When you don't know something, you usually, you doubt it or you're afraid of it. So can you tell us some of the cool things you can do in Saudi Arabia?
So I live in Riyadh. Riyadh is kind of like little America inside of Saudi Arabia.
Really? Like Aramco?
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. Really?
It's very interesting.
Wow, I didn't know.
So they got bowling alleys, they got
cool.
Golf.
Nice.
Yeah,
I recently started golf.
Courses in there. I mean,
that's crazy.
I mean, these are new things. They got gardens and
So and for me being an Islamic studies nerd, they have durus, like some of the best mashayikh, and I often take this for granted, and I have to get refreshed. That's why I go back to America and I hear people talk about it. I'm like, damn, I really need to be thankful to Allah Azza wa Jal. So the thing is, we have durus here by some of the biggest mashayikh that people whenever these mashayikh visit England or America, people they fill the mosques, and they do, like Sheikh Abdurrahman Sudais, when he visited Pakistan, the whole Faisal Masjid was filled, and my brother was there at the time. He said it was like Hajj. Speaking of Hajj right now, we're all in Hajj. For those of you wondering also about the fiqh behind wearing the ihram, inshallah, I will be wearing the ihram tonight before going to Arafah, inshallah. No. So we're looking forward to that, and our brother right now is wearing the ihram right now.
Because there's 3 different types of three
Hajj.
different types of Hajj. So depending on which one you do is how you stay in your ihram. So, mashallah, my brother gets to wear regular clothes.
Yep. Ahl Mecca. Represent.
But then he'll go back into ihram, inshallah.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry, guys, inshallah. So let's just show you around a little bit on the set. Let's see if I could do this. So for those who are watching live on Huda TV, I do want to say I apologize that I'm not focusing on you guys as much as Periscope. So maybe this is your time to go on Periscope. I am so getting fired. But so this is very beautiful. This is a Kaaba that was made on the set, and it's just amazing. The lighting is very beautiful here.
Good job.
Great job, mashallah. It's just remarkable. My sister Anna wants to know how long she should study before reverting. Okay, so this question would be for our brother here.
So
She's watching now, by the way.
Mashallah. So there are basically just two principles that she needs to understand. And these are the parts of the Shahadatain, what we call the Shahadatain, or the two parts of the Shahada. The first part is that Ashhadu la ilaha illallah, that I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. That He's no partners, He's not like Jesus, peace be upon Him. He's not like any of the other gods that they make. You can't make anything equal to Him. He's the only one that deserves our worship. And so what you do is you direct your worship to that one God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, and you get rid of all of the other things. And then the second part is Ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. And you bear witness that Muhammad ibn Abdullah, peace be upon him, is his slave and his messenger. Just like Jesus, just like Moses, just like all of the other prophets that came before him. We as Muslims, we don't make a difference between one or the other. Only one was first. And you can check my mic. MashaAllah. Great time.
We can't see his face. Okay, sorry. There you go.
I think it's dark. That's fine.
Yeah, the lighting is kind of difficult, sister. But we'll get it. Don't worry.
They put it on mute?
So right now we have a small technical difficulty. It says off. So we have a small technical difficulty. Sorry. Ugh, this is my tiredness coming in, kicking in. Hajj tiredness.
Hajj tiredness.
Definitely. But loving it. We're all
good
loving
now?
it here. We're good?
I think we're good now.
All right, we're good.
So basically, those two things, if she believes those things, she should not hesitate, but go ahead and take it. It's a belief system. And so whatever we believe with our hearts, so if she believes that Allah is one and she believes that Muhammad is a messenger of God, then she should just basically repeat the Shahada right after you with two witnesses and khalas. That's it. And in fact, we got two people here. If she's ready, we're more than willing to go ahead and help her out in that, inshallah.
Oh, really? That's brilliant.
Yes.
I've never had a Periscope Shahada.
Periscope Shahada would be the first one in history.
You'd probably be the first one. You'd be written down
MashaAllah.
history, mashallah. Imagine the ajr on that, bro.
MashaAllah.
Mashallah.
And then if she started this thing, then everyone that takes a Shahada after, she gets a piece of it.
That's true. Wow,
MashaAllah.
that is brilliant. Again, I've dealt with a few converts we had in Iceland. So what I've noticed the most about them is I tell them, take your time. Can you give me a guideline on learning Arabic easily? This is Black Kitty.
MashaAllah. Can you give me a guideline on learning Arabic easy? With all things, okay, it takes time and it takes effort. So looking for an easy way is not usually the best way. And I'm telling you this because, you know, I'm an English teacher, so I teach a lot of Arab speakers English. That's what I do in my spare time. And so, like, I go to the bookstore and they have books that say, learn English in 10 minutes. And I'm like going, that would be great. I don't even have a job no more. Learn English in 10 minutes. And so you open it up and you'll see that they took English words and they Arabized them. They Arabized them in the Arabic language.
So it's a shortcut, and it's not going to help
So it's a
you.
shortcut, and they're not actually learning the language. It's the same thing like when we have, as converts to Islam, we buy a Quran that has the transliteration. So if you just memorize the transliteration, and what's some problems? You're going to have some pronunciation problems. You're going to have a lot of problems there. So the best way is to go ahead and learn it from a good teacher that can teach you the language, and then you're going to have to practice. You're going to have to put in some time and effort, inshallah.
Okay, so Sister Anna is saying that she wants to learn more about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the revelation, his character, huh? Like the revelation, his character. A little bit more about this. So you want me to take that?
Yes, please.
Okay. So well, I'll tell you basically what I know, and then we'll definitely hear Dr. Umar, which is going to be much better perspective because he's obviously, as a convert himself, he'll tell what he appreciates. For me, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about his character, what makes it so great is that, you know, it's easy to forgive people. if you're not in the position of power. If
No.
you're in the position of power and you're tested, and the people that tortured you and destroyed your life and kicked you out of your country, you go back to them and you forgive them for what they have done to you for the past like 20 years. I think about myself, by the way. I think about myself. If there's a bully from high school who I met today, khalas, it would go down. It would go down. I'd be like, and the least you would do is say a lot of mean things or react to them very rudely. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he entered Mecca, after getting kicked out from the city he was born and raised in, what did he do? He asked them, "O people of Quraysh, what do you think I'm going to do with you guys now?" Remember, this is not nowadays. This is a time period in which, you kill someone, big deal, nothing happens,
No.
Everyone died. The people were dying like flies everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Killing something was the moral compass of the world. They didn't really care so much about killing people. It happened everywhere. So they said, "You're going to do to us something good because you're our brother, you're one of us." And so they were like pandering to him.
Yes.
But Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had actually had revelations from Allah Azza wa Jalla. You wanted to ask about revelations. He had the story of Yusuf alayhi salam. And the story of Yusuf alayhi salam is so incredibly moving.
No.
He quoted one sentence from there. He said, "La tathriba alaykum al-yawma yaghfirullahu lakum." Sometimes we say, "La tathriba alaykum al-yawm yaghfirullahu lakum wa huwa arhamur rahimin."
No.
So he said, "There's no blame on you guys now. I forgive you guys." He said, "I will say unto you what Yusuf alayhi salam said unto his brothers." Joseph was thrown in the well at a young age.
No.
I mean, if someone screwed up your childhood, you'd be very angry. You're throwing someone into a well, right? And then according to many tafasir and according to Old Testament, it's actually the brothers who sold Yusuf alayhi salam to the people of Egypt. And there are a few tafasir in Arabic that also agree with that. And regardless of whether they did or not, the rest of his life was one test after the other test after the other test. And when they entered upon him, and they were in the desperate moments of, the brothers at this point, they had lost all of their honor, they had lost all of their power, and now they were at the mercy of Yusuf alayhi salam. Like I said, person in power. He said something that made it click in their minds. Maybe this is Joseph, the same guy our brother, who we were really rude to, we destroyed his life. They said, "أَإِنَّكَ لَأَنْتَ Yusuf?" He said, قَالَ أَنَا يُوسُف وَهَذَا أَخِي. I'm Joseph and this is my brother Benjamin. قَدْ مَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا إِنَّهُ مَنْ يَتَّقِ وَيَصْبِرْ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. And then at the end he said, لَا تَثْرِيبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الْيَوْمِ. There's no blame on you guys. I forgive you for what you did. Some scholars, Ibn Abbas said it took 40 years from the dream until when the dream came true. So that's pretty deep. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what I love so much about him is he had all the beautiful aspects of all of the prophets. Why and how? Because God revealed to him the stories of all the prophets, a lot of the prophets before him. So there were lessons, and each time he had a story of a prophet that was revealed to him, Moses, Jesus. It wasn't just so we get entertained, although I do get entertained by these stories, they're amazing. But it was also for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he's facing a situation, to say, you know what, I got to be like Moses, I got to be like Jesus, I got to do this, I got to do that, based on what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded him. And that's what I love the most about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that's what I think is that he's the culmination of all the great teachings. When I read about Buddha, I read about Buddha a lot in my free time. When I read about his teachings, I read all of these things, I'm shocked. Because I'm like, wait a second, we already have that in Islam. Okay, really quickly, I want to follow Dr. Jamal on Facebook, so can you give me the name of the page that I can look up?
Dr. Jamal Omar.
Okay, so that's pretty easy.
Yeah, easy.
And can you tell us what it is about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's personality, character, what you want to highlight?
So, okay, so the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was not a king. He was not someone that used fame and glory to go ahead and make people like him. He took, and over the period of 23 years, he carved Al-Quran on the qulub of men and women.
That's true.
And they would come and change the whole entire globe. Now, this was a revelation of what happened with Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salatu salam.
Oh, good.
Right? And he made dua in the valley when he left his wife and his child in this valley, here where we are for Hajj.
Nothing was here, right?
Nothing here. He made dua for him. And she even asked him, did Allah tell you to do this? He said, yes. She said, then I know Allah will never leave us astray. Right?
Yes.
And so,
Beautiful.
She finds water, a never-ending supply of water that's been here for millions and millions and millions of pilgrims. They come here and drink water.
And we still do
And
today.
we still got water.
Yep.
Trucks and trucks get taken out.
Yeah.
So the beautiful thing about the Prophet ﷺ is the simplicity that he dealt with every single type of human being. He dealt with the rich people in one way. He dealt with poor people in one way. Wow. He dealt with every single human being on their own level.
That's beautiful.
And if we could do this as Muslims, mashallah.
That's impossible.
If we could do this as Muslims, inshallah, I make dua that we can do this, then wallahi billahi a lot more people would be coming to Islam.
That's beautiful. And I think that advice is really good for even like whatever type of Muslim you are right now. A lot of times you get frustrated if a Muslim is doing a certain type of sin, and we're working on them, we're saying, stop, or, we're trying to help out. This is a lesson that, we shouldn't get frustrated. We shouldn't get annoyed by this. This shouldn't turn us off, because Prophet Muhammad ﷺ dealt with people who were doing the worst of sins, which is a shirk, who were doing the second worst, which is killing innocent civilians. And he waited so long, he preached, and then finally when he entered into Mecca, he forgave them. And he dealt with them very, in a really just way, and that's amazing. That's really amazing, your advice about dealing with everybody and on the level of their intellect, on the same level. Anna wants to know what should focus on in this first Islam, since there's a lot of rules to go by. Oh, rules. Okay.
Okay, very good. So, first rule is the first part, the Shahadatain. Focus on those two subjects. Okay, that who is Allah and that only He deserves to be worshipped. And then, of course, know as much as you can about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. These are the first two things that she needs to go ahead and get. Sure. And then after that, it comes from a hadith that the Prophet ﷺ was talking to Mu'ad bin Jabal. And he said, you're going to come upon a people in the place of Yemen that are the people of the book, Jews and Christians and that. He said, if they accept that Allah is one, and they accept that I am the Rasul, then accept it from them, which means take their shahada from them. Then he told them what to do next. He said, then tell them that Allah has ordered them to have 5 prayers every day. Now, this is your communication with the Creator, right? So if you have a problem, your mother might be able to help you, your father might be able to help you, your family might be able to help you. But if you have something really, 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 really bad, there's only one that can help you out of this situation, and that's the Creator that created you in the first place. He knows what's going to happen to you. He knows the future. He knows everything. And this is things that your family members or other human beings couldn't do. So what you should do is work on that communication with the Creator of the heavens and the earth. And this is the salat. This is the prayer. This is the one thing that makes us different from a non-Muslim, is our prayer. We pray these 5 prayers a day, and they're equally spaced out throughout the day. And one of my Muslim friends, he used to make me laugh. He used to say, every time that I would go to try to do a bad deed in that, the adhan would come out. And all of a sudden I would hear, Allahu Akbar, I go make wudu, and then shaitan run away. And so 5 prayers a day in that, he said, I couldn't do anything bad. Wow. He said, that's the beautiful thing about Islam.
That's brilliant.
So, and then after that, they said, okay, now let them know that Allah has ordered them to fast during the month of Ramadan.
It's only 1 month into
only out of 12 1 month out of 12. And what this is the same path that Jesus, peace be upon him, went along. This is the same path that all of these, the prophets went along. This is how they came closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we try to focus on these in steps. So first, focus on accepting that Allah is one and that Muhammad is the Rasul. And then the second part, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, work on your communication with your Lord. Once you work with those, all the others will come. Don't worry about anything else. Just these 2 things, inshallah. Make it easy, inshallah.
That's brilliant. Yeah. So if I could just add something to that as well.
Sure.
That a lot of times we have Muslims who are humans, and you do miss a prayer here and there.
No.
You might miss a fast in Ramadan here and there. No. But that's what we believe, is that God gave us these things to get closer to Him.
No.
We're gonna slip up. We're gonna make mistakes. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not like what people paint the picture that, Islam's too much work, too much this. It's more natural. It's very natural for me.
You know the beautiful thing, I've been involved in helping guide people to Islam for about 15 years.
Wow.
And over the years, I've met some very interesting stories. And I'll never forget one boy. He's like, Jamal, I would become a Muslim, but I heard that you can't listen to music.
Oh, interesting.
He said, and I love music. Yeah. And so his heart was attached to it. And so I said, all you need to do is don't worry about that.
Exactly.
I said, one day, this is what I told him, one day, you're not going to look at music the same way that you do now.
Definitely.
You're not going to look at it the same way. But you will make that choice.
Quran will
Not,
replace it.
not I will make that choice, not any sheikh, not you. You will do it yourself. So 2 years it took him. He called me, he's got a wife, he's got kids now, right? A Muslim family,
nice.
mashallah. And he called me and said, guess what? I can't listen to music anymore. I said,
wow,
I said, mashallah. I said, what happened? He said, I started listening to Quran and I realized that the two can exist in the same spot.
Oh, that's Ibn al-Qayyim or someone said.
Yeah. He said it can't.
Interesting.
He said, so every time I would listen to music, the Quran would go away. And every time I listen to the Quran, the music would go away.
That's very interesting.
I said,
that's very interesting. But basically what he's doing is that he found the same love, except this time he put it in Quran. So the love doesn't go away.
No. So here's the thing. Like, for example, if you have people that are doing dembi, doing sin, right? And they're doing this sin, your heart gets attached to the sin.
Definitely.
So in order to, you can't just remove it. You have to replace it with something until it's healed. And so that's one of the beautiful things about Islam, is that we go ahead and remove the bad and replace it with good, inshallah.
Definitely.
I have a Christian friend and I want to pursue her.
She's saying that the Christian friend's father is very extreme or something?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Extremist in his views. Oh, means maybe he doesn't like Muslims, or?
Maybe that's what she means.
Yeah. Okay. So,
you're an English teacher. So
yeah, mashallah. So one of the things I would suggest with that is always remember that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Quraysh didn't like him at first.
Yeah.
So he had to deal with this. I mean, they did some horrible things to him, okay, based on their own religious understanding. And he was patient through all of this, and he worked through all of it. So the best way to do this is through the character. And this is how many of the Quraysh members actually came to Islam. It was because of the character of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that's why they used to call him Al-Amin. He was the truthful, the trustworthy. And so if you see this, if your Christian friend's father, they see your character and how you hold yourself, yes, he's going to soften his heart, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. So, inshallah. Your phone is...
Yeah, don't worry about that, guys.
Inshallah.
That's the blessing of Periscope. It sucks up all the battery.
All the data too, right?
Oh, yeah, oops.
Mashallah.
Yep, that's true. So yeah, that's beautiful. I also want to say is that I've dealt with a lot of Islamophobes. I've actually, my personal specialization in da'wah, I do a lot to Zionists actually.
Mashallah.
So, every group of people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, set certain people who are more specialized with those people.
Yeah.
So you basically, for everyone who's there who wants to do da'wah, find the group of people that you think you could connect with the most.
No.
Or that you have a lot of, maybe you grew up with friends that were from that community, Irish Americans maybe, then you go for Irish Muslims. Or Irish non-Muslims who you want to,
What the Muslim needs to understand is that every time that you're doing something is dawah.
That's
just
true.
by you being a Muslim.
That's true.
So you're either going to do good dawah or you're going to do bad dawah. Good dawah helps bring people towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
True.
Bad dawah pushes them away from Allah subhanahu wa
Exactly.
ta'ala. So Muslims are in one of two camps.
Sure.
So inshallah we make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts us in the camp that we're going ahead and helping people guide to Islam, inshallah.
Ameen. So basically the thing is, when dealing with Islamophobes, when dealing with them, you have to kind of put yourself in their shoes.
No.
This is what I've noticed the best thing is, put yourself in their shoes, try to actually believe in the circumstances they set up in their minds.
No.
Believe it in your heart and then say, what do I have to do to get myself out of this position?
No.
What do I have to do to convince myself or convey? One famous scholar of Islam, he said, we're not here to convince people about Islam.
No.
We're here to convey. Just convey the
That's
message.
it.
There's an ayah in Surah Al-Ra'd, فَإِنَّمَا عَلَيْكَ الْبَلَاغُ وَعَلَيْنَا الْحِسَابُ.
No.
All you got to do is convey the message, and I'll take care of the accountability. That's what God said.
Well, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he wanted nothing more than his own uncle to become Muslim.
Exactly.
But it didn't happen.
Exactly.
And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he sent down in this verse to go ahead and comfort him and say, listen, it's not you that's in control,
Exactly.
it's I.
Exactly.
And so this is very important, because sometimes I remember when I first got into dawah, right? I was like, everybody should become a Muslim. But that's not just how it works.
Exactly.
So you're going to have some people that come and some people that don't.
And another thing you have to remember is our timelines, now thanks to social media, we're seeing so many people, oh, my best friend got like 7 new Muslims, it's not fair. We're not realizing the timelines of the Sahaba, 10 years, 11 years, and they were still friends. They still communicated. And like you said, natural. One of my Sheikh Adam Kalwak, Hafidhullah of England, you know him?
I don't know.
Sheikh Adam Khalid Hafidhullah of England, I think of Liverpool, he basically said that da'wah is 80% or 90% not talking. It has nothing to do with talking. It's just your own life, you know?
Actually, if you want to know the trick, the key to da'wah,
sure,
is it's a direct reflection of you.
Brilliant.
The person that...
Oh, that's bad. For some of us Muslims, that's pretty bad.
No, but the person that is very sociable and very outgoing and can talk to different people across different lines will be better at da'wah than one that is like very strict.
True, that's true.
Why? Because we're sociable human beings.
Sure.
This is how Allah created us. We can't stand long by ourselves.
That's for sure.
And so when we do this, then, mashallah, Mabruk to Anna for accepting Islam.
Oh my God.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah. Congratulations, guys. We have our first conversion on Periscope. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. And the night before, it was the night before Arafah, and the phone died.
MashaAllah. I guess we end Periscope with a bang, right?
That was amazing. Jazakumullah khairah.
MashaAllah.
Jazakumullah khairah. So we have a convert to Islam, alhamdulillah. So guys, I think this is a brilliant lesson for all of us that you can use these mediums. You can. It's not, it's not just a fairyland. It's not just a fairy tale. It happens in real life.
Yes.
Jazakallah khair. May Allah give you ajr for that.
Barakallah
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a chance. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this conversion of Sister Anna. And we're very sorry that our battery died literally at that moment.
Inshallah.
But they probably thought we got so excited we dropped the phone.
Yeah, just broke it, right? MashaAllah.
But this is blessed. This is the night before Arafah. This is a as they would say magical, I would say more blessed night. Definitely blessed night, mashallah. Barakallahu feekum. Jazakumullahu khaira. I think we're going to take like a 2-minute break, inshallah, because my legs are tired. And Dr. Umar started.
I thought maybe your hand was tired.
Oh, my hand's definitely tired.
I got a battery pack.
Okay, sure. So what we'll do is we'll charge the phone, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khaira for tuning in on tonight's night of tonight's premiere episode of
Periscope.
Social media, social talk.
MashaAllah.
Periscope, as the Swedes call it, Periscope. So definitely go to Sweden, go to Russia, just talk to them, have a conversation, say, hey, what's up? I just want to learn more about your culture. If you show an interest in their culture, and it has to be genuine, it can't be just like forced. If you show an interest in their culture, they'll show an interest in your culture. Inshallah, bi'idhnillah. We're going to take a break, and inshallah, see you guys soon. Jazakumullahu khairan. New Muslim.